Hello everybody and welcome back to Flames Pyro Art for Beginners. We're continuing looking at our wolf as a new series as part of the study group. This is a really super detailed wolf image that I'm still deciding on which pens to use, as there is so much detail on the image that I feel that the piece requires special attention. So I've started off with the eyes, which I did live on TikTok. I just made a start. The eyes are by no means finished, but I made a start on them. When we're doing like dog's eyes and stuff, it's always a good place to start, as it helps you to, like, you know, expand out from the eyes. But the state that you'll have the eyes in, say now, will not be the final stage of them. You know, there's more colouring and more darkening to do as the piece progresses. So I like to just get them in and not take them to the full finished value until I see more of the piece coming together. Now I'm using the small rounded skew at the minute for my wolf, because as I said, the detail on the image is just unbelievable. Even on the reference photo, the image is mind-blowing. So I've not really decided yet whether I'm going to do it all with the skew, which will take some time, or if I might find a ball tip to maybe tackle the fur. As we can see already, what you want to do is get your eyes in, get your nose started, which I will switch over to the extra small space shader for this. So here we've got the side of the nose, so it starts to give us more perspective on what we're trying to create, which is as lifelike a design as we possibly can. But I like to use a method called the burn low and slow method of pyrography. There is absolutely no rush whatsoever with your piece of pyrography art. You know, just take your time. If you're a fan of pyrography and you love what you do, why rush it? Just let the piece evolve. As the more you look at the image back and forth, you will start to see it in your mind's eye, but that only comes with time of staring at the image over and over and like connecting yourself to the piece of art that you're trying to create. So I'm still very much in that mode of trying to connect with the piece. You know, it is very early stages. I like to try and get my depth sorted out first, you know. And start building the mass of the piece. What you can do, which is another good trick, is we do a thing called layering with pyrography. And layering is what it sounds like. We just add lots and lots of layers of fur over each other, because we know a wolf's coat is not going to be made up of a single layer of fur. It's going to have several, well, lots of layers, isn't it? You know, they live in the Arctic, so they're well insulated dogs. And like all dogs, they'll have their eyebrow area, because what we have to think is like the ears and this top of the head is all much further back. We're looking to create depth with our art. That is the ultimate goal that we're searching for. I have to apologise, I've got hay fever today. But I've been itching to try and get into Mr. Wolf and start tackling him. And don't forget, art has many stages, and I am still in the oh my god stage, where you lay your transfer down, you look at the image in front of you, and you're overwhelmed with the amount of detail and time that you know you're going to be putting into your piece of art. But Rome was not built in a day, so neither was a piece of pyrography art. Just enjoy the journey. Take it nice and slow. I'm looking to build up like some more depth of the eye, because when you have the eye, you always, on every animal, they have like an eyebrow. It's like a clump that they have above the eye, and this clump goes further back until it gets to the ears, which are right at the far end of the dog. There's a long way to go until we get there. I always say to people, for me personally, I'd say the first 3 or 4 days of starting a new project, it'll take me 3 or 4 days until I get competent with the image and I can connect with what I'm trying to produce. And then once you're connected with the art, you just let yourself flow. And by using the burn low and slow technique, you can just slowly build your way with your depth and your layering. I mean, really, the fur would be sitting down this way. You know, all the fur would be going down and to the side. But we want to show that there is a bottom. To this eyebrow, and then it leads off to, you know, down this side of the face before we go off to the muzzle. For anybody who wants to work along on this wolf with us, I will put up the reference picture. I've put it up at the start of the video, so you can just take a screenshot of the image. I've paid for the rights to it on Shutterstock, and try and tackle it yourself. And I said you would be amazed at the amount of detail. That is the one good thing you guarantee when you take out a Shutterstock subscription. I mean, no way endorsing, or you know, I don't get any commission or anything from Shutterstock, but what I will say is their images are amazing quality. That's what you pay for when you buy images off Shutterstock. You're paying for 4K quality reference photos. You can obviously get, you know, your free ones on your Pixabay and Unsplash and stuff, but if you want superb quality reference photos, then you can't beat Shutterstock. So this is really just an introduction video to the Wolf series. I'm going to spend a couple of hours with Mr. Wolf on time lapse, so you can get to see some of my journey. Well, I'm going to time lapse the whole of the journey, bar when I come on and do the tutorials. So always start off with your eyes. Now this wolf has a low light highlights, and we call them highlights and low lights. And low lights are a dull highlight, which are the more difficult highlights to like show really. But I just want to get a feel for Mr. Wolf. I'm in no rush whatsoever. And when you get such a good quality image, you feel like you must do it justice, you know. It's not often you get images of this quality. So you feel like you really have to make the most of them. So I'm going to search out which is the best pen to tackle the wolf with. And when you put your transfer down, always put in your eyes, your border of the dog, the nose and the mouth area. Those are your key areas. Any other bits you're adding are just like parts to assist you in building the jigsaw. It's like a big jigsaw puzzle. So you can add, like I've added little areas here where the fur like really dips off and there's lots more detail in there. So just little reference points that I can say, right, there's a marker. So when I look at my reference photo, I know where it is. You can also use the eyes or the nose, you know, as guidelines. So say up here, for example, on the head, you can use the nose as your reference. You can say, right, it's just set off to the left slightly of the nose is this like dark streak running up the wolf's head. Remember, always follow the pattern and the flow of the hair. If you want to show something like gliding off, then you must shade it in that direction. If you always follow the way the fur is going, you can't go far wrong. See, that's way up now at the right at the back of the head, so that will be getting like darkened off and much more detail added up there. Now you'll find with old dogs as well, they have like eyeliner. I always think it looks like they always have a dark patch around the eye. Some dogs more than others. Like Frenchies, for example, they really have a massive, it's almost like a leather underneath their eyes. But the wolf has just got dark eyeliner. So I shall keep working on the wolf, and I shall need a little bit of time to find my feet with it, and then there'll be lots of tutorials coming down the line. This is the wolf we're working on. As you can see, it's super detailed, and so it should be lots of fun. Okay, so I shall see you in the next tutorial video, but there'll be lots of time lapses coming along the way, so you can just see how I follow the fur in all its different directions. What I would suggest is, even though this printout is a very good quality printout, I would not use this as my reference photo. I would use a digital copy for the reference, because that way you get a really crisp, sharp image. So always use a digital copy when possible. If you've got like a tablet, something like that, get it onto your tablet and zoom it in to the size of whatever you've selected your wolf to be. And then just have fun. Just try and absorb yourself into the art. That's what I always try and do. It's quite difficult when you're filming the piece, but that's why I like the time lapse, because then I can just absorb myself into the art and then really get going with it. So I shall switch over to time lapse now and start Mr. Wolf and start really trying to connect with the piece. Okay, so have fun with it. This is going to be an amazing project. Just take your time and see where you go. It's going to be a superb piece to work on. Lots and lots of detail to really challenge you. There is no rush whatsoever. I'm already estimating that I'm going to be spending a couple of weeks with this wolf, as there is so much detail to it. So I'll enjoy myself for quite a while with it. Okay, so take care for now. Thank you to everybody who is supporting the Flames Pyro Art Study Group. The very kind people at oakcrafts.co.uk are sponsoring the Flames Pyro Art Study Group, and they've got a special offer only for people who join the study group. You can find us on Facebook if you search Pyrography for Beginners and Beyond by Flames Pyro Art, which is myself. Just request to join. There's a couple of simple questions we ask just so we know we're getting wood burners joining the group, and then you can come in, send me a direct message via Messenger asking to join the study group, and then you will be enabled to get an amazing discount off Oak Crafts, who are the premier stockists of pyrography canvases in the UK. So go and check them out at oakcrafts.co.uk. I'm also using the Optima wood burner, and you can only find the Optima wood burner at carvertools.com. So I would, if you're looking for a really top quality wood burner with lots and lots of pens available, then I would definitely check out carvertools.com. They have some amazing high quality equipment. Okay, so take care. Sending lots of love to everybody out there, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.